So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. Blade, it's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, Martha
here. So, if you watch an intro of this episode of X-Men 97, you're gonna and then you watch the episode. Okay, none of those people who were on introduced during that theme song showed up in this episode. And then you're gonna say, "What the heck?" I got really excited when I saw Nightcrawler on the theme song. Where is my Nightcrawler? He wasn't in this episode. But because he's rarely ever in the theme songs, it's rare he showed up in the original. But okay, he was only in maybe 3 of the original series. So yeah, but does that mean me in the next episode? I don't know. But let's get started. Now, you're wondering why you see Charles everywhere during this video, and you wondered, wait, didn't he die at the end of the last episode? And there were spoilers ahead. Right on the title, it says always on this when I do new episodes and do things are new, I put spoilers. So I don't have to say in the video, but I'm gonna say this in this video anyway. Spoilers ahead. So we have 2 things that are going on in the story. And this is technically part 2 to episode 4, and we totally went to a different story in the last episode. So yeah, it's you forgot. Oh yeah, we had a part 2. We had a part 1. I guess we gotta make a part 2 about this episode. So this one's about how let's continue the story with Forge and Roar and Storm, and Xavier's coming back to Earth from where he's at, because I'm trying to remember that episode since it's so long ago since I watched it. I watched it a couple years ago. And I was trying to refresh my memory of it for old time's sakes, but I guess Xavier did go up to space with his lover in space from a different planet to be with her to heal him, and she was able to do that. And the way they introduced this episode, we have freaking Roland from Guardian the Galaxy getting his butt kicked by now I'm trying to remember these space characters' names, so if I don't say their names right, I'm sorry. They rarely showed up in the old show. So his Charles fiance, because they're gonna get married, basically tells everybody because she's the queen of this planet, and she has a dead a dead brother who was a mad guy, a mad person, and now we have a mad sister who keeps on trying to find a way to take over her sister's crown, and she announced it to the world. That's the queen announced to her kingdom that she's gonna marry Xavier, and when her sister doesn't like this, she decides to make Xavier forget his life on Earth, and they keep on calling the same exact name they called Tamatomian or something like that. The word they gave to Peter, Star Lord, and Guardians of the Galaxy. So they keep on calling Xavier that during this, and he did agree to it eventually for her, but once they asked him to forget about his X-Men, he couldn't do it, and so they start attacking everyone, and then the guy with the red cape that looks like a purple Doctor Strange helps defend the Queen, and her best guard, and then Xavier invaded their minds like he does a lot, and took them to school. Literally, they're all on their desk, and he's like standing, and he's right in front of a chalkboard, and he tells them, anybody wants to ask questions, please raise your hand. And then the Queen's sister throws the table and then demerit and puts an apple in front of her mouth when he explains to them that we're in basically a mess of trying to live by rules and stuff like that, and he's gonna stay. And during then he has a vision of Gambit being killed, which was he did die last episode. Everybody's a skeleton, and because he's guessing, sensing what's going on in the since it's supposed to take place during what's going on during last episode. This is all taking place at the same time, right when Genosha got attacked. And I guess he's sensing all of people dying on all the mutants dying on planet Earth, and he seems Gambit's skeleton and all the other people's skeletons, which is pretty creepy, and it's sad. And so he says, "I have to go back to be with my X-Men." And the Queen says, "You can't, because if you go, you're just gonna prove my sister right." He says, "I have to. They're in dire need of my help." So yeah. Now let's talk about Storm and Forge's story, since that part of the episode's done. So Forge got bit in the last episode, and 2 episodes ago, episode 4, by this weird thing that is like a demon that looks like an owl mixed in with a vulture, stuff like that, because they kept on turning its head, and only bird that does that is an owl, because their necks are weird, and they allow them to do that. But this thing feeds on your it's kind of like what it does, it feeds on your fear, so it's kind of like a bird version of Freddy Krueger, and it's trying to feed on Storm's fear, because since she's lost her power, she's afraid that she'll never get it back, basically. And so it's trying to feed on her fear, and she's trying to heal Forge from when it bit him, and he's not able to. And he tries to, the weird demon thing puts her inside of a coffin. It tries to make her think that she's gonna die and stuff like that, or she's make her think she's claustrophobic, but it's all in her mind. And then he gets out a book that's kind of like what Doctor Strange uses, but he says it's from his mom's, and destroys the bird, or puts it back where it belongs. And he tells her where they can find a way to cure him by going to a cave where I guess it was from a cave from the Civil War era, and there's a fruit in there that can heal him. And apparently, I guess a lot of the Native Americans allowed Americans go in there, like some either Confederates or the Yankees go in there or something like that. So since they said Civil War, those are the sides And if you know the Civil War history, you know most of the sides, each sides were on. So yeah, and but he goes in there. She goes in there to get the fruit. Apparently, the dumb bird's not defeated, so it tries to go after her again. And then she miraculously remembers, like, the reason why she was so afraid that she didn't get her powers back, and eventually she somehow activates her powers and gets, I guess, off screen gets the fruit because we get to see her get her hair longer, or her hair comes undone, and sees her have her hairdo of her old time, how her hair used to be, and no longer is her hairdo from the 80s, no longer a mohawk, and she has her black outfit on, not her white one, and she's like flying everywhere and like hanging out with horses and stuff like that. And then she gets the fruit and heals him, and now she's conquered her inner demons, literally. And so then she sees her and Ford's like jokes about going to like a island now that he healed her. But then on the TV of Genosha shows up. What happened to Gambit and everybody else who died in that island. So, and that's how that story ends for them. So I'm guessing next episode, and at the end of the episode we see the one that Peter Dinklage played in Future Days Past being chased by Mr. Sinister because Mr. Sinister apparently helped him get those the Sentinels on Genosha somehow by using his using the scientist's blood or something like that. I don't know. And he's trying to like feed on him. But he like went, so that's what they're basically saying here, and the episode ends with him like being spooked. So we'll find out if what happens to that scientist, if we even care. So this one was pretty good. Just don't let the theme song mislead you. I mean, I did show you at the very beginning, both of them, both Xavier and the Queen kissing. So yeah, that hence like he's in it. But I guess that's like the only part who like tells you the truth. So I did like this episode. I'm probably like gonna give it like an 8 out of 10. So we'll see what happens next episode. So like, favorite, and subscribe, and bye bye.